Hey, y'all, I have a request for my sisters, my mothers, my grandmothers, my mothers. I have a request, a quick request for a moment of silence. But before I get to that, I just want to show y'all something real quick. Okay, so these are Kayan women, and this is a part of their culture to wear these rings on their necks like this. I just want to read real quick. It says the Kayan people believe the practice was adopted to protect women and girls from tiger attacks. However, it's unlikely that this was the case. The practice is a symbol of a woman's commitment to her husband. The rings are worn on the arms and legs as well as the neck. The practice is painful for many women, and some have addictive properties. The rings can weigh up to 11 pounds, and the pressure of the rings can push down the clavicle and the ribs. And mind you, they start these on children on girls as young as 5 years old, and then they continue to add more rings as the girl ages. And mind you, now, if a woman is somehow accused of adultery, let me just adultery. How is she enjoying any of this with 11-pound rings on her neck and her arms and her legs? How is she enjoying any kind of intimacy, let alone she gonna find somebody else? Okay, but anyway, if she is somehow accused of adultery, then the rings are taken off. As removing the rings can lead to muscular spasms or tears, as the muscles are no longer supported in the same way, which can be extremely painful and dangerous. Removing them suddenly might disrupt blood flow, leading to complications like fainting, shock, or even death. So Daly uses these images to illustrate how patriarchal systems actively oppress and marginalize women. The act of placing the plates on women's necks is a symbolic representation of the violence and injustice inflicted upon women by patriarchal structures. It highlights the ways in which women are made to feel as if they are being held down and controlled. We have domestic violence being paraded in front of our eyes, and grape, you know what I mean, being paraded consistently in front of our eyes. Violence against women and children paraded consistently in front of our eyes. They are able to continue to utilize the emotions, our emotions, or energy in motion, to continue to feed their narrative, a narrative that does not at all in any way have our best interests, right? But at the same time, they are desensitizing us to it all. But I'll say this, that if it happens to one, it happens to all of us. Your children are my children are your children. I request that we take a moment of silence for all of the violent, the extreme, barbaric, savage, violent acts that have taken place against women and children. And secondly, I request that we work on these chakras, sisters. We got to work on these chakras, the root and the throat. How do we reclaim our power? Take your voice back. And now, let's take a moment of silence to remember.